Has anyone explored the possibility that the person behind setting these cars on fire at these dealerships could be the same person getting on Fox News and crying to Sean Hannity? Think about this, right? Every Tesla, every one of those cars is always boasting about their cameras, their security. They got cameras on the doors, they got cameras in the backs, right? This is supposed to be a company with some of the best technology in the world. When the incident happened in Las Vegas with that Cybertruck, wasn't it the Muskrat who was sending security footage of that same day, like literally security footage from that day instantly to the police? Didn't they thank him personally in a press conference saying that he was the one that helped them figure out who the culprit was? And now all of a sudden we got a couple fires, all right? We got a couple incidents that are happening on the actual property of these dealerships, but they don't know who doing it. He can't figure out where it's coming from. He's so confused. They got the FBI on it, but they ain't found nobody yet. How much y'all want to bet we won't find anybody? How much y'all want to bet that all of a sudden we're not going to be looking for the culprits anymore? They're just going to keep talking about how the radical left is going after the Muskrat. This is why the lack of participation from our community is so vital right now, because they don't know who or what to put the blame on, all right? The only play they've ever had is make things get very tense, make things become unlivable, piss off black people, and then when they get upset, put all the blame on them. That's not happening now. So now you see they trying to come up with any and every excuse they want to use, and they can't figure it out. They can't figure out what it is that they can say to satisfy the growing rage and frustration among their own voters. They bringing up names from way in the past, names that ain't nobody been talking about in years. Like honestly, before this month, before the month of February in 2025, when's the last time anybody talked about George Soros? The clock is ticking and they're running out of ideas. But I would not be surprised if what's going on with these dealerships has something to do with the Muskrat himself.
My hot take is that these Tesla protests that are resulting in like Teslas being like shot at and set on fire are an insurance scam. These dealers are stuck with a whole lot of inventory that they can't do shit with because no one's buying them. No one is buying them. But if they get lost to vandalism, they can at least recoup some insurance money. I'm not making any accusations here, but I happen to know that there is a very well-known scam where wealthy people who buy, like, let's say a Bentley, and then they're upside down on it, or they just don't want it anymore, or whatever, there's not a huge market for resale, they will orchestrate a theft. Oh, you live on a private island in Miami that has about 3 manned guard gates before they get to your house that has its own individual gate around it, and you left your individual gate open so that when they get through the 3 human guards, they can come and steal your Bentley that you left the keys inside of? That's interesting. So this kind of thing happens. I'm not completely crazy. And I just don't see why people would be turning to violence against Tesla cars. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And the fact that whatever her name is, the press secretary, continually is talking about the vandalism against the Tesla cars, like, why are you talking about a private business? There's a lot of bad shit going on. Why are you talking about this? It's almost as if to legitimize it so that when they call to make those claims, they can be like, you know, we were a victim of one of those vandalism hits. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I'm not.
I have to ask, why? Why do I see people like I woke up this morning and saw that Teslas were put ablaze in one of your dealerships in Vegas? I've seen this happen all over the country. Bullets are being fired, charging stations are put ablaze, Teslas are being put ablaze. You have experienced assassination, threats of assassination for you and your family. What have you done that warrants this? Because I see nothing that you have done except help our country.
Yeah, I mean, it's really come as quite a shock to me that there's this level of really hatred and violence from the left. I always thought the left, or Democrats, were supposed to be the party of empathy, the party of caring, and yet they're burning down cars, they're firebombing dealerships, they're firing bullets into dealerships, they're just, smashing up Teslas. Tesla is a peaceful company. We've never done anything harmful. I've never done anything harmful. I've only done productive things. So I think we just have a deranged, there's some kind of mental illness thing going on here, because this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
and I think there are larger forces at work as well. I mean, I don't know who's funding it and who's coordinating it, because this is crazy. I've never seen anything like this.
Lunatics are setting fire to Teslas all across the country. Another horrible incident happened in Las Vegas last night. The FBI is on the scene investigating, and there's an ongoing investigation being led by Pam Bondi. In what you've seen so far, do you consider what's happening an act of domestic political terrorism against one of your allies?
So Elon is a patriot. And again, I hardly knew Elon until the, election. And he turned out that he liked me better than he liked these radical lunatics that were in it, better than Kamala, better than Joe, because he's an intelligent person. He backed me, and he went. And he got very much involved. He actually would go around saying, if Trump doesn't win, our country is over.
But do you consider this an act of domestic terrorism?
I think so.
Why?
I think that if and when they catch the people, and I hope they do, the good thing is they have a lot of cameras in those places, and they've caught some already having to do with that. I think that you will find out that they're paid by people that are very highly political on the left.
Domestic terrorists?
I will do that. I'll do it. I'm going to stop them. We catch anybody doing it because they're harming a great American company. I've stuck up for the NFL. I've stuck up for a lot of American companies and other companies, but American companies. I did a very big favor for the NFL. I do favors for all. When you heard an American company, especially a company like this, supplies so many jobs that others are unable to do, when you do that, those people are going to go through a big problem when we catch them. And we have you got a lot of cameras up. We already know who some of them are. We're going to catch them.
It's outrageous. It is terrorism. People ought to be put in jail and left there for a very long time and be taught a lesson.
So when they do it to a Tesla dealership, it's really bad. But when they do it to the halls of Congress, we should pardon them. Is that your position?
No, I've never. I don't
Are
support.
you okay with
I know you haven't been around for a while. So let me educate you about my position about January the 6th.
I'm so sorry.
Let me educate you.
No, you don't need to patronize
you don't need to. You don't need to be condescending to me. So let me educate you about my position. You want to attack me? Let me finish. Let me finish.
Let's do this January 6th and then near it.
I'm sorry you're getting emotional.
I'm sorry you're a condescending person who hasn't been paying attention to what I do.
All right, so the hypocrisy of the GOP is in full fucking swing, folks. Like, okay, the latest example is vandalism at a Tesla dealership is domestic terrorism. Really? Well, why do you refer to J6 as a fucking day of love then? I don't believe anybody got injured in these Tesla vandalism events. Unlike J6, where 140 plus police officers were injured, maimed, lost their lives. A woman lost her life trying to bust through a window that was being protected by Secret Service with their weapons drawn. The halls of Congress had to be evacuated. Elected officials running for their lives. They're building gallows outside. Day of love. Vandalism at a Tesla dealership. Domestic terrorism. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe if you're in a cult.